عيشي بلادي عاش اتحاد إماراتنا عشتي لشعب دينه الإسلام هديه القرآن حصنتك بسم الله يا وطن بلادي 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 حماك الإله شرور السماء أقسمنا أن نبني نعمل نخلص مهما عشنا نخلص دام الأمان عاش العلم يا إماراتنا رمز العروبة كلنا نفديك بالدماء نرويك نفديك بالأرواح يا وطن.
واجبنا أن نعمل المستحيل ونعمل الغريب ونحدث الأشياء التي تفرح الإنسان.
أعزائي المشاهدين، أهلا وسهلا بكم في حلقة جديدة من برنامجكم برنامج إماراتي. كما عودناكم أن نستضيف لكم نخبة من رجال الأعمال داخل دولة الإمارات العربية المتحدة. يسعدنا اليوم أن نقدم لكم قصة نجاح جديدة مع الأستاذ جورج من شركة أكيد DAES Group. Good afternoon, Mr. George.
Good afternoon.
How are you today?
Thank you, I'm very well.
That's great. So would like to know in our national program, who's George from early beginning?
Well, my name is Juerg Bartlome. I'm a Swiss national. I grew up in Switzerland and became an engineer. Today I'm married. I have 2 kids that used to live with us here for a while as well. I'm in the UAE since 13 years, so quite a while.
It's a long journey.
It was a little bit of a journey, yes. But I'm still here and I enjoy it, and I intend to stay here for another few years.
Engineer George, so tell us about that experience you have before you joined to this company.
Well, before I joined, I worked in Switzerland for the national airline, Swiss Air, for a long time. I was always in the technical sector of the airline, and then I got the opportunity to move to Ireland, where I ran a company for 3 years. But the issue in Ireland, it's a beautiful country, but it rains quite a lot as well. And then in 2009, somebody said to me, you should come to the UAE. There's no rain in the UAE, so I followed that advice. I got the opportunity to run a ship repair company as an MD here, and since 2009, I'm here in the UAE.
That's great. So what did you see different in this country as a business, of course, different than the other countries, to start a new journey from it?
I started to join the group in 2011, and at that time I was already 3 years here in the UAE, and I decided to continue to stay here. Mainly because at that time I thought my kids are still in school here. I wanted them to finish the school. But then I discovered other things that are easy here as well. I mean, for my kids, the schooling was important, the security was important, but then the easiness of travel from here with the current job that I have, I travel quite a bit, so it's easy to travel from here. It's all connected with the big airlines. If you go to Europe, to the US or to Asia, much easier than from many other places around the world. So that gave to me enough reason to continue my journey here in the UAE.
Of course. Engineer Juerg, of course, when you joined the company, let us talk about what did you add to this company? So, about from your experience, what did you add to this company?
Well, I think whenever you join a company, you bring a lot of your know-how with you, and you know, when you look back at things, it always reminds me of what Charles Lindbergh said about the aviation industry. He said he was the first person who crossed the Atlantic Ocean in a small little plane, and he said that working in aviation brings you three great things. One is you work at the edge of technology, the other one is you get to travel, and the third one is you get to meet people from all over the world. And it's that meeting people from all over the world, the network that you bring, the experience of that network, that helped me as well in the job that I have now, that is a global company. In our case, we have offices in 17 places around the world. We deal with many different cultures. We deal with many friends around the world. And that network and that thought of Charles Lindbergh with these three elements is actually still very true today.
Let us talk more and know more about this DAES group of companies as a CEO. So can you give us a brief about this company?
Well, we are in business since 28 years. Originally, the company was formed in the US, and basically we work together with partners. On one side, we work with partners that are repairing parts for the aviation industry. On the other side, we work together with partners that have equipment that is used for repairing these parts, and we sell this equipment worldwide. Because of the range of equipment, we also do a lot of consulting and are basically an integrator. So as an integrator, give you an example, I just came back from Malaysia last week, where we were present at an opening of a facility that we delivered partially turnkey. That means we specified the equipment, we purchased the equipment, we installed it, we trained the people, and we even now have a maintenance person stationed there who is making sure that the equipment is fully operational. So we can sell a single tool, or we can sell a complete solution to companies.
Let us talk about the best project you was working with, or the best companies you are dealing with.
Well, there's many.
The best, many, of course.
The best. They're all the best. There's always challenges, but you know, challenges are here to be managed, and I think it's great when you can work on a global basis with so many companies, and as I said before, that also enlarges your network, the people that you know, and that's where I'm driving with, and also driving in that function and that responsibility.
Why they should choose you, the client? What the difference between you and the other companies? How you know that there is a big challenge inside United Arab Emirates between this kind of companies? How you know?
There is, yes. But you know, I think the key to that question is you always have to ask yourself, how can I add value? How can we as a company add value to our customers, to our partners, to our employees? And I think if that is always in your mind, you will finally succeed. It's not the money. The money comes when you're able to add value.
All the quality.
Yes.
That's a great, of course, engineer Juerg. So we will inspire from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, since we are here in Dubai. So he's saying in his Ru'yati book, his vision book, to reach number one, it's easy, but to continue on the same level, it's a little bit difficult. So what's your comment on that?
Well, you know, first of all, we're a global company. We have offices, like I said, in many places around the world. Currently, our headquarters is in the US, and we're just in the process of moving the headquarters to the UAE. Why do we consider that? many different reasons. As I said, it's very well connected here, the UAE. It's a safe, stable environment. When we have customers to visit, they all like to come here if it's not in the middle of summer. And it's the stability and security here. But you know, whenever you do a decision like that, you have a number of points that are on the very strong side, the ones I mentioned. And there's always a few points that are maybe on the more challenging side. When you look at the challenging side here, I think the not easy to, or not cheap to live in the UAE. The cost level is growing, and as a business you have to have the cost in your mind as well. So my hope is that the future cost spiral is not going up, is either stabilized or is going down, and I think that will help many businesses to also decide to come here and grow here.
Engineer Juerg, of course, let us talk about DAES, a group of companies. We'll talk about the future plan, your vision, where we can see you on the short term and the long term as well.
Well, like most of the companies, our ambition is to grow as well. And you know, we constantly try to figure out how can we add more value, how can you generate more value, and this is really at the core of our activity, and we strongly believe with that core we are able to grow further here in the UAE, in the neighbouring countries like Saudi Arabia with the 2030 vision, with all the programs that are going on, and you know, we will continue to be a global business because that gives us also stability if we're global. But it is also clear that the operation has to come out of one centre, and as I mentioned earlier, it is our belief that that centre is here in the UAE.
Good luck on that, of course. After this all years from experience, still you reaching this success, who support you? Who was your backbone? Who deserved thanks today from Mr. Juerg?
Well, you know, I think the first part of that question is very easy. Without a strong family, I would not have been able to move out of Switzerland. I would not have been able to go to Ireland and not to come here. So whenever you're in a new country, it's not only me that had to start new, it was my family as well. And without their support, that would not have been possible. But you know, then along the way, you have many other supporters as well. I mentioned before the network that you built, and then when you think of the employees as well, and looking at our business model, a small company, 40 people, 17 places around the world. The key that all this works is really trust. You have to trust your employees, and when you do that, I'm very sure that the employees trust you as well then, and that makes it much easier to go on a journey together. And you know, we had to do many journeys lately. When you think of COVID, it was a very, very challenging journey, and when you're in a crisis like that, it really is key to focus just on a few elements, and our employees were one of the areas where we focused on, and then our partners, and unfortunately we had to focus on cash as well, like all the businesses. But just these three things for a year and a half, nothing else, no fancy strategies, just focus on the basics. And that allowed us to get through the storm, and now we are here to grow again, and we believe the future growth will still be possible for us.
Of course, inshallah. Good luck on that, of course, Engineer Juerg. We will talk about the Emirates, how you was mentioning, like there is a high safety, high security, and they are supporting everyone to reach his target, reach his goal, of course. So today, a last message from your side will start from His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, and of course, since we are here in Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid, and all the leadership, of course, of the Emirates. So a short thanks message from your side, from your company, from your team behind, what you would like to say to them.
My name is Juerg Bartlome. I'm the CEO of the DAES Group. I live here in the UAE since 13 years. I feel very comfortable and safe here in the UAE, and I really enjoy the vision that is displayed by the leadership of the UAE. The last time that became very strongly true for me when I was at the Dubai Air Show in November last year, where we had a video. Nobody else in the world believed how quick we are coming out of COVID, and that video showed the world what the vision was of the UAE, and that gave power, that gave trust in the future, and that helped many businesses here in the UAE to continue their journey and their growth.
Thank you so much, Engineer Juerg, of course, the CEO of DAES Group. Thank you so much. You was with us in Emarati TV program. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for the interview.